Where one puts the mind. By Takuan Sōhō. We say that if one puts his mind in the action of his opponent's body, his mind will be taken by the action of his opponent's body. If he puts his mind in his opponent's sword, his mind will be taken by that sword. If he puts his mind in thoughts of his opponent's intention to strike him, his mind will be taken by thoughts of his opponent's intention to strike him. If he puts his mind in his own sword, his mind will be taken by his own sword. If he puts his mind in his own intention of not being struck, his mind will be taken by his intention of not being struck. If he puts his mind in the other man's stance, his mind will be taken by the other man's stance. What this means, is that there is no place to put the mind. A certain person once said, "No matter where I put my mind, my intentions are held in check by the place where my mind goes, and I lose to my opponent. Because of this, I place my mind just below my navel, and I do not let it wander. And thus, I am able to change according to the actions of my opponent. This is reasonable." But viewed from the highest standpoint of Buddhism, putting the mind just below the navel and not allowing it to wander is a low level of understanding at best. It is at the level of discipline and training. It is at the level of seriousness. Or of Mencius's saying, "Seek after the lost mind." But this is not the highest level either. It has the sense of seriousness. As for the lost mind, I have written about this elsewhere, and you can take a look at it there. If you consider putting your mind below your navel and not letting it wander, your mind will be taken by the mind that thinks of this plan. You will have no ability to move ahead, and will be exceptionally unfree. This leads to the next question. If putting my mind below my navel leaves me unable to function and without freedom, it is useless. Where is the mind to be placed? I answered, if you put it in your right hand, it will be taken by the right hand and your body will lack its functioning. If you put your mind in the eye, it will be taken by the eye, and your body will lack its functioning. If you put your mind in your right foot, your mind will be taken by the right foot and your body will lack its functioning. No matter where you put it, if you put the mind in one place, the rest of your body will lack its functioning. He then asked, where should one place the mind? I answered, if you don't put it anywhere, it will go to all parts of your body, and extend throughout its entirety. In this way, when it enters your hand, it will realize the hand's function. When it enters your foot, it will realize the foot's function. When it enters your eye, it will realize the eye's function. If you should decide on one place and put the mind there, it will be taken by that place and lose its function. If one thinks, he will be taken by his thoughts. Because of this, leave aside thoughts and discrimination. Throw the mind away from the entire body. Do not stop it here or there. And when it does visit these various places, it will realize function and act without error. Putting the mind in one place is called falling into one-sidedness. One-sidedness is said to be biased in one place. Correctness is in moving about anywhere. The correct mind shows itself by extending the mind throughout the body. It is not biased in any one place. When the mind is biased in one place, and lacking in another, it is called a one-sided mind. One-sidedness is despicable. To be arrested by anything, no matter what it is to fall into one-sidedness. And it is despised by those who travel the way. When a person does not think about placement of the mind will extend throughout the entire body, and move about to any place at all. Not putting the mind anywhere. One can use the mind to respond to the opponent's movements. If the mind moves about the entire body, when the hand is called into action, one should use the mind that is in the hand. When the foot is called upon, one should use the mind that is in the foot. But if you determine one place in which to put the mind, when you try to draw it out of that place, there it will stay. It will be without function. keeping the mind like a tied-up cat and not allowing it to wander. When you keep it in check within yourself will it be detained. Forsaking it within your body, it will end up going nowhere. The effort not to stop the mind in just one place. This is discipline. Not stopping the mind is both object and essence. Put nowhere. It will be everywhere. Even in moving the mind outside the body, if it is sent in one direction, it will be lacking in 9 others. If the mind is not restricted to just one direction, it will be in all 10.